Welcome everyone. Welcome to the channel. I see if there's somebody on. Good morning or afternoon. I'm starting with this black canvas. Let me lower this down. That way I can see the chat up there. What I did, I'm showing this for a while. I've been showing it on my lives, but let me show you a canvas that doesn't have that black on the back. Here's a canvas that's really loose. You see that? Listen to that. It's really flimsy, right? Now, take a little bit of black gesso and you put a small coat on the back there, not much, and it tightens your canvas for you. It's a trick I've been showing everybody lately. I mean, I came up with it. I've never seen it used before. I've never seen anybody talk about it, so I'm just saying it's my idea for now until someone proves me wrong. But man, look at that canvas now. It's so nice to paint on a canvas that's really almost as tight as a board. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna get started here. I'm just gonna improvise a landscape today. And welcome everybody to the channel. Let me make sure everything's lined up here. I'm a one-man machine here. I want to give a special thanks to Peggy. Peggy over there is my first Picasso member. Right on, Peggy. And then Peter Radfault, he's a Da Vinci member. I got 3 different levels there. Let me sketch something out real quick. I'm going to use fan brush. Sometimes I use a knife and I'll sketch something in there. I kind of have something in mind. I want a river that comes this way and then out here, because I want to show you something that's cool on the river part. It's almost like something I did on the one last night, but I'm going to make this river snake from further back here and then out the front. So let me start by putting I'll put some mountains over here on this side. Have some mountain peaks over here. I like to put, I've been putting like distant mountains in here lately, just in the background, that I make them very like a light gray. So here's this river I'm talking about. I'll do the left side first. I want to snake this river down here like this, and then just out the side there. And now let's do the right side. There, that'll work, okay? So we'll have the river coming from here, coming down and out. Very good. And I'll probably have some, I'll have some distant trees back here on the mountain. I have some kind of valley in here. I'll just run a hill down here. And we'll have some hills in here, of course. That's about all I need for the sketch. I don't put the trees in right now because I know I'm going to have big trees in here somewhere, but this is all I need to get started. so I know where my sky is. I know where my sky is going to be at. That looks pretty good. I like that. Okay, let me show you my palette today. I'm just using earth tones. That's burnt umber with a little bit of yellow ochre in it to lighten it up just a bit. That's yellow ochre. I put a little white in it, and a little bit of yellow got in there. I put a little white in my yellow. I put a little white in my sap green. There's white in everything. I used a light blue here, but I also put a little more white in it to make it lighter. That's going to be for the sky. I made my own Payne's Gray. I mixed black and white with a little ultramarine blue. That's going to be for the mountains. So it's just very earth tones. This is burnt umber with black. That's what I use for the trees now. I used to use a real dark sap green with black in it, but now I'm using burnt umber with black in it. I change it up every once in a while. I have so much burnt umber, I got to use it up. So I'm going to zoom in now so you can see the painting a little better. Hopefully it doesn't go out of focus. Let's make sure. Peter, how you doing? I see Peter was my first member. Right on. Did you see I got another member, Peggy? She's on the Picasso membership. I'm glad you're here today, Peter. Zana, how you doing? Hopefully I pronounced that right. I think I'm gonna start with this mountain today. When I paint, I'm gonna use the filbert brush. Okay, it's a number 8. I'll probably do this whole. I'm gonna do the underpaint first, all the way, all the first layer first, and then I'll start designing it. But I'll probably use this brush for the whole. Pretty much the whole underpaint. So same brush. Maybe I'll show you how I mix my paint today. If my hand gets tired, I'll put the palette down. So I want some light gray for those. I'm just going to put a little more white in this gray here. And we'll make these distant mountains really a light gray because they're so far away. And that looks good. So this just going to be the underpaint, what I'm putting in now. I'm going to use that gray that I made for the mountains. Sometimes I'll wet my brush a little with water on this part of the painting just to get the paint to flow on this underpaint. But once I get all this done, I don't use the water anymore. I try and use the heavy. I get heavier on the paint once the underpaint's done. I'm going to put blue down here today in the valley. That light blue I'm going to use in the sky. Maybe get like a bluish glow down there. Light blue. That'll go good. I'll make this green right here. Alright, so I don't think I've ever used this light blue before in the sky. So we'll see how it turns out. It might be too light because I usually make like white clouds up there. But I can darken it up if we can't see the clouds. Maybe I'll make like dark blue clouds today, maybe. I like improvising. This is all from my mind. The only thing I planned out was this river. That's all I wanted, because I wanted to show you something here on the left. On this side of the river, how you can design something really cool. A lot of times when you look at your painting you just did, like the day before or the week before, you look at it and you go, wow, I could have done this. And that's what happens a lot to me. I'll look at my painting to see what I could have done a little different. Then you get some new ideas. But look at that. Look how tight that is. It's as tight as a drum. Let me make sure it's in focus. Yeah, it's in focus. All right. Yeah, it's I've never used that blue before in the sky. It almost looks like what the sky would look like, I think. Maybe it's a little brighter than that. But the blue I'm using, I think it said it was light blues. It was actually a Liquitex light blue permanent. Liquitex. Most of the other paint on that palette's a mixture of Winsor and Newton. And there might be a little bit of Utrex in there. Oh, my mountains aren't dry yet. Usually this paint dries pretty quick. Alright, there's my sky. I'll run a little more blue down here. Put some distant clouds in there right now. All right. Let me move down here. I want to get all this in real quick. This is sap green with mixed with a little white. Just a I'm going to block it in with pretty much down to here, but I'm going to darken it up down here a little bit. I just grabbed some regular sap green to darken that up. There we go. It's looking pretty good. I quit using the paper. If you haven't watched me in a while, I was starting to do all this on that art paper, but the paper was too flimsy and it started wrinkling up on me. So I went back to canvases. It ends up being a better painting on a canvas anyway, so I'll just have to rent a storage facility pretty soon. I already got thousands of paintings everywhere stacked up, so all right, there we go. Let me put a little hill here. Put another hill here. All right, so this side I think I'm going to use, I'll use yellow ochre up here with burnt umber, and then green down here. Yeah. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm grabbing some yellow ochre and burnt umber together, mixing them together to get like a light color here, light brownish color. I kind of want it to be more golden, so I'm going to grab a little more yellow ochre. And I'm going to block this in, maybe down to here. I'm letting the green get in there from my brush. I still have green on the brush, but I'm allowing it to mix in there. You see that? To get some different tones in there. That looks pretty cool. Now I'm going to put some green down here for some grass. Maybe just a little grass here, and then I'll put some burnt umber down here below, just to have some different colors here. Keep in mind, this is just the underpaint. I'm going to still put colors on top of that. All right, time for the water. Wow. I guess I'm going to have to use that blue, right? I'm going to put a little gray in it. So what I'll do on my water, I'll take some of the blue from the sky over here, grab a little gray, and just gray it up a bit. And I'll use that for the water. And I'm just going to fill it in with that color. And then I'll lighten it up in the distance there. Now I don't want it to be like too blue. Run this river down. I might be able to put a waterfall right here. A couple waterfalls in there. There we go. There we go. Something like that. That'll work. All right, there. I'm done with the, I'm gonna move the camera more to the right here so it's more of a front shot. There we go. Right on. I'm glad you guys could join me today. Let's see, Kimsey. Trying to see it. I'm checking the chat right now. DeGurmo, right on. There used to be a guitar player, well, his name was Chris DeGarmo in Queensryche. It's almost spelled like your name. Chris DeGarmo from Queensryche. He was a great guitar player. I was at his house not too long ago because I play music too, and he's a pilot now. He owns his own jet, private jet, and he flies really rich people around. They'll schedule him to fly his jet. It's pretty awesome. But he gave up music for flying planes. He really likes flying planes. I know a lot of people here in Seattle. I'm from Seattle right now. I moved here from Las Vegas. I mean, I played guitar for the governor here, Governor Inslee. He really enjoyed that. I did a rendition of Jimi Hendrix on my guitar, the national anthem. Look at that. Look at those mountains already. Wow. I really like that. I kind of want to keep the snow about that much up there. It helps the mountains look farther back if you put less snow up on the peak. I almost see some hills back here, the way I did my brush, like some rolling hills in here. Maybe I'll do something with that later. All right, so this side here, I'm going to put a shadow on that side of the mountain. I'm going to use the ultramarine blue, though. It's darker than that blue, and mix a little gray in it. So there, it's almost like it's a grayish blue. Let's see what it looks like. Might have to lighten it up a bit. No, I think I'm going to leave it that color. I want it to be a little darker on this shadow side. Because I want to do shadows down here today with the trees. So I want this to be pretty much dark on this side of the mountain. where the sun's not hitting. There we go. I did a video earlier about how I gessoed the back of the canvas. I'm going to upload it later. It'll be a regular video. It's only like 3 minutes long, but I explain how I do it, and I actually show how I put it on there. It's really easy, but I think if you're someone out there painting, you're gonna love it, because I mean it's a lot easier to paint when it's tight like that. It feels like a board. When I was doing oil paint, I did a few paintings on a board, and there's a big difference. But now, making this canvas, it's almost like painting on a board, so pretty cool. Wow. Man. I can't believe how real those look to me. I don't know what they look like to you guys, but it almost looks like real mountains. Wow. There was a little bit of that ultramarine blue that didn't get mixed in right. So it's kind of bright right here. Just covered up. That's what's good about acrylic paint. If that would have been oil, oil paint, it would have been hard to get that color out of there. But with acrylic, you just got to wait for it to dry, and then you can put another color over the top of it. I'm going to leave some of this dark in here. I like that look. Looks like there's more shadow here coming from this mountain, blocking it there. Maybe. That looks pretty good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a few more hills in here though. Just a few. Because I want to run some trees down here. And then I'm going to lightly blend that white. Make some mist down here. There we go. Whew. That part's done. Wow. That's looking pretty good. We got someone else in here. I just seen Urzula. Hello, Urzula. Ursula, how you doing? All right, I'm gonna put a few trees in here real quick, just to set the mood here real quick. I'm gonna have some trees on the top of this hill here, maybe really small. I want it to look far away. Some kind of maple trees, I'm thinking, up on that hill. That looks cool. If you guys tell me where you're from, Peter, I forgot where you're. Oh, you're from Sweden, that's right. But if Peggy's in here, I forgot where Peggy said she was from. If you guys tell me what country you're from, I'll put you on the map there. I'm going to keep track of people that are watching from all over the world. And then I got a members map too, for members. So back here on this river, I'm going to have some trees back here coming down the river. Getting smaller back there. Just like that. You could do almost anything you want. You could put a tree over here, like coming from the side. I think I'm going to put maybe a birch tree in here today, going up right about here. If you guys got any suggestions, put them in there. Oh, you're in the middle of Sweden, okay. That's about where I got the pin, in the middle of Sweden. These are going to be small. I'm going to put some trees right here right now. I'm going to put a few bushes here, going up a hill here, like this. I want to put a, this is I think I want to put like a cypress, yeah, cypress tree here. I put my trees in with this, it's burnt umber and black, and then I'll highlight them with green when I'm done getting all my design in. That's a tree. If you ever look at a Van Gogh painting, he painted these trees a lot. But you know, he would make them curve, and he would use different colors. This one, I'm trying to make it look like nature as close as I can. You know. Do 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 do. I'll put some more trees in here. Whoa, it's a little crooked. I don't want it too crooked. Looks like I'm going to have a bunch of cypress trees in there. I like those trees though. So down here, this is what I was talking about. It's now if you run your, instead of, when you're doing this edge here like this, what a lot of people would tend to do is put the bushes like right on the edge. But you don't do that. What you do is you actually bring the bushes back out this way like this. Okay? Bring them out like this, and then pull the bottom. These will be bushes. And then it looks like there's places to go down in the river in between those bushes, you see. It makes the edge look a little more real, I'm thinking. Because if you ran your bushes on the edge, it wouldn't look right. So these are going to be bushes. Make them a little bigger here. And I'm going to highlight. I'm going to highlight these bushes with some cool colors. All right, it's looking good. And then you got to do the same thing out here to make the river look like it's, you know, running flat. You put some bushes like this. It just makes the river look more like flat. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do here. I gotta contain the river right here, so I'm going to have to put uh, I'm going to have to put some trees back here. There we go. Now the river's contained. I put a little water in here so you can actually see like what the river's going to look like. But I'm going to use a knife eventually in there. I think I'm going to put a waterfall back there. Wow, that's looking really good. Is it out of focus? Sorry, guys. There we go. I think it's when I get in front of it, it gets out of focus. Yeah, I see like a waterfall right here because the ground's getting lower here. Yeah, let me put a waterfall. I'll put a small one back here. Let's see what it looks like. Just a small waterfall there. I can put kind of something, a small one here as well. Make it look like rapids, coming down. There we go. That's looking good. There we go. Wow. I'm trying to think now. This is the time of the painting where I'm going to look at it and see what else I could do. I think I can put a larger tree here. I don't want to cover all this up though. I think I'm going to have to run a birch tree. I hate to say it, but let's see what you guys think about a birch tree. I don't have to make it a birch tree, but I could put a tree going up right through here so it takes it into the foreground. Maybe I can put one kind of at an angle with a bunch of branches up there. Let me see where I'm at on time. 45 minutes. Yeah, we got time. I'm going to mix a little of that, my burnt umber and black. With the wet brush. And I'm going to put a tree here. It's probably going to end up being a birch tree, but we'll see. All the way through the painting. It didn't really cover anything up, so. Kind of looks cool. Yeah. Yeah, it looks all right. There we go. Now I got something in the foreground there. Let's see if some clouds are going to show up here. Yeah, looks like they'll show up. Some clouds up here. Pretty cool. I didn't think the white would show up on that light blue, but it's showing up pretty good. Pretty good. I had to get up early today for work. There's work calling now. I'm going to try and highlight some of these bushes here. So a little yellow ochre. Yellow ochre with, it has a little bit of burnt umber in it. Try some light green. That green looks really good. I think I'll use it, some of it down here. There we go. If you guys got a suggestion, put it in the chat, and put something in there. I put a little bit of Alzarian crimson in the yellow ochre. Make sure this isn't still in focus. Yeah. Yeah, so see how this looks like a ledge now right here? Going down to the water underneath this bush. It really makes it look cool. And I didn't plan that. It just happened on its own. Like the water's really eating the side of that bank up, you know. All right. Well, I guess it's early in the day. I'll be doing another live later on this evening. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. And I think you'll get alerted next time I do a live. I think I'm going to leave that tree like that because I'll probably darken it up a bit later, but that's about all I'm going to do on this. I appreciate you guys showing up today. Peter, thanks for showing up. You're awesome. Look at that. It's time for the lights, the dance lights. Yeah, I'll be doing another live stream later on, so thanks for everybody showing up. There's my map over there. I got, you can barely see the pin there in Sweden up there. Look at that. Still needs some work, but I'll finish it up and put it on the community page. I got another video, like I said, I'm going to upload here in a little bit on how I gesso the back side of the canvas. But we'll see you guys later. Thanks for showing up.